You know, it's not for the money or for, you know, the fame or anything like that, because it's an unbelievable feeling when you're up on stage and you you you're moving with the audience. You know, you're all in this big, moving, emotional, spiritual experience.
He showed me a gold album in his office that he had just gotten, and I looked at that and I thought, that's my dream, to turn to him and say, I got a gold album.
I don't need money. I don't need the fame. I need to know that what I'm doing is making a difference.
And this band is really about making new footprints. So that's what we're trying to do, and it's uphill. It's totally uphill.
You know, we're trying to succeed, too. It's a weird little line to walk, because we want to be successful, and we take that into consideration when we're doing things, but...
We're trying to open for other bands around town and just get our name out there and get the people to really know who we are, and then, you know, make it work. I don't know, we're trying to do everything we can to make it work.
Get greasy. We're gonna get greasy. It ain't easy. How you feel? Getting ready for the meal. Let it rip, sloppy.
The greasy philosophy is a term I learned in the dance world, and that is it's a work in progress.
It's about a vibe. It's about a feeling that we get being together.
We got a brotherhood thing going on. We're all one people. Let's all have fun. We definitely got a thing about free your mind and free yourself.
Oh, you're referring to the greasy credo.
Write great songs, push creative envelopes.
You know, it's just laid back. We're just chilling on the couch here on stage. If I feel like playing, I'll get up and play.
Make great records.
It's definitely a democratic society.
It's about getting people together and having a great time, and as Julia says, flying your freak flag, whatever that flag is. Travel the world.
These guys sound great, and they're not even trying.
At any given time, it's in flux. It's always moving, you know.
Smoke and bubbles and dancing girls and lights and strobes and...
Put on a stage show that just makes people like...
When you come down, we have belly dancers and throwing food around, and how do you top that week after week?
We're into being good people and loving one another and getting people together.
There's focus on everybody, and where people have weaknesses, other people have strengths, and they lift it up, and it becomes a greater whole.
No, the philosophy of the band really is my space is your space. It's this long, I don't know, I don't know if there is a philosophy of the band. Baba G.
4 months ago, or whatever, I had a point where I had to go out and play with Paul Westerberg for a short time, and I felt that it was important, and I felt that the band wasn't going to die if I did it, but that's not 100% commitment, and I think really to make it, you got to have everybody on the same tracks.
My name's Willie Wisely, and I was hired as this band's manager, even though I never liked that term, very early on in this band when they were starting to make a lot of money. And though I'm a musician and a songwriter first, I also have an economics bachelor's degree. I just saw them potentially spitting away all of their money, and it needed some organization and some tracking. I got audited a few years ago, so I know about record keeping, and I just started getting in on it and sitting in on their meetings, and pretty soon they were calling me their manager, but I still to this day attest that I was only their bookkeeper and their booker.
I need envelopes with my name on them, and we can't afford to get the blue ones. So you guys like green? I don't like green. How about yellow? That's 4 cents more than the white ones. Well, let's go for the white ones then. But white's so bland, says 2 of the band members. And before you know it, we're spending more money on the red ones.
Let's talk about some goals
Yeah.
that we see and how you can do better than, or how we can just be, whatever, better.
They aren't organizational wizards, and they needed people to count and hold their money and bring their money around. And I'm always thinking of all the thousands of dollars I could have stolen.
We need a manager who's way more full-time than Willie's been able to be, because the biggest cause of anxiety in any group this large is the non-dissemination of information.
And I did get on the horn, and I, solicited the major concert tours, and I talked to the people that could get them into the big festivals and this and that, but I never wanted to take it very far because I felt ridiculous, because I'm on the phone doing everything I can to hide from these people the fact that I'm a musician, and that I want these opportunities as bad as greasy meal, but I don't pack 1,000 people into the caboose every week, plus another 1,000 people somewhere else.
I would imagine.
Right now, they're in the other room having their initial briefing with the new manager. She's a careerist manager, and I fully support them in making this decision.
Here's the man.
Hi, Willie. Really? Oh no, that isn't
Just some bank boxes. I didn't think it would hurt so much, but when I started hearing rumors of it, it was given to me very lightly, the news of the changeover, and I didn't think I cared, but I did.
Are there enough people here?
Crisis convention on site.
You're coming in and you're new, and I know part of you may want to see how we operate so you can figure out how to fit in and how the whole group's
But
working.
I just want to get right to the point, what exactly you guys are wanting from me, what I can, what I can offer you, what I can give you, and just kind of go from that point.
You're gonna work a lot more hours than Willie's been able to do for us, I'd imagine. The biggest thing I see right now is projecting the budgeting and what it is we want to accomplish. I'd really like to sort of set up a system where we start budgeting a percentage of our income for promotion. There needs to be a more methodical system for that, and one that makes sense with our long-term projection.
If I'm going to proceed with this, I want to be with a complete understanding that this is something that's really important to every single one of you guys.
When we make a stab at something, you want to make sure everybody's involved and not just...
We've had those meetings where we've all committed to the project, it's like made it a priority.
If there's anything, any way possible, you guys could write in your employment agreement or whatever, just that you're willing to just hang around for one more year and just, you know what I mean? Short of being fired because you're a heroin addict or something like that, or something that's really going to disrupt the rest.
It's a great time for us to sort of say, put a little flag down and start making a direction and a focus. If we want,
We're at the height of our game right now.
Yeah,
we can impress
we've all agreed
anybody.
That this is it's all for one for all sort of thing. If we're going to showcase, we showcase with the 8 people that are on stage. We're not going to hire an auxiliary drummer because Dave can't make it.
Right.
The ride has been great. I mean, there's been, 80% joy, 19% frustration, and maybe 3% sadness. I've never seen so many positive things happen for so many great musicians in one big pile, and standing next to that energy has just been breathtaking.
I'm really enjoying myself, and it really helps to have a strong wife. My wife, Natasha, is very helpful, helps me out. Doesn't make me feel bad about leaving. Like this last weekend, I was gone pretty much for 3 days. The hardest part for me is leaving, because I know she's here, she's working, she's taking care of the baby. But like I say, we have a strong family that helps us out, babysitters, and just all part of the family.
I think I see him more, and Ava sees him more than my other friends who have husbands or fathers that work full-time. I mean, he's here all day. When he works, it's late at night, and she's asleep or she's with me. So no, I don't think it's that difficult. I mean, I married Brian because I didn't buy into a conventional lifestyle. I'm not interested in it. It's boring to me. So we do what we do. We have alternative lifestyles, and we're happy that way.
It's hard being married. I don't think that being married to a musician makes much of a difference in the scope of it. I think it's easier being married to a musician because we have the same artistic temperaments.
We've discussed the marriage issue. I've been pushing it. We're both procrastinators, though.
When I was younger, I was in a lot of bands with people who were married and going through marital problems and having children. I was like, I want to create a path that's as obstacle-free as possible, because there's enough things that you have to sort of jump over and through in order to succeed in any business.
She met me. I was playing music, so she knew what the deal was, and she's a smart and very cool woman, so she understands. She's forgiving. She lets me go. She wants me to go.
That's the dream, his career, and that's what we've chosen to do.
Is it a sacrifice?
No, absolutely not. It's fun. Well, some sacrifices.
Over the time, I've adjusted to what it's like to live with a musician and to deal with a musician, and I have the utmost respect for his work and what he does.
No, it's hard. It is really kind of hard. It's flattering because you know that your boyfriend is just kind of wanted by other women, and that's kind of fun. But still, at the same time, there are tinges of jealousy every once in a while where you want to hit a girl, but I don't.
You know, if girls come to see the cute guys in the band play, but then all of a sudden all the guys go back and hang out with their girlfriends, if they're just into that, they're not going to come back anymore.
Oh, no, I totally understand that this is what he does. This is all he does. So it's important that he is able to perform his job the way he wants to, and I don't want to interfere with it.
And that's what I really appreciate about her, is that she did take the time to listen and understand why music means so much to me.
At one point I thought, well, why would a drum kit be more important than me? You know, or like, why would, and this is, you know, terrible, but this is before I knew everybody, but why would 7 other guys be more important than me if I'm his girlfriend? But then as you become more of a part of it, and you see that the music is really internal and all the experiences are really important to him, they kind of become important to you as well. And, you know, you start becoming friends with band members and the girlfriends and wives, and then it again becomes important to you. So it just evolves. It's difficult in the beginning. It's fun, and I think that's why it works, is because it's really fun for you in the beginning. You get to meet all these great people, and if you didn't get to do that, maybe musicians wouldn't have girlfriends because they have no time to spend with them.
Every single Sunday night you've come here for the last 2.5 years, we totally appreciate it, man.
And we're coming to a close now. This is the last Sunday night, and we're gonna move on. We're taking 5 weeks off to write tunes and to just sort of get away from each other for at least 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm thinking of those days gone by now. So music in the air. Life was good then, it had meaning. We danced without a care.
And we want to get a new show together, work on the album, and work on some different markets. Start traveling a little bit more. You know, the house gig was so successful here every Sunday. Well, let's do it every week in another city, and the closest is Chicago.
that's our plan right now. It's subject to change, but right now it makes a lot of sense. Hit Chicago, get it as happening as we have it in Minneapolis within about 3-4 months, which puts us into the first quarter in New York City around February with a lot of hype from Chicago and Minneapolis, and try to get signed.
I get a large cappuccino with skim milk.
Sure. I know from being on the road that we're as good as a lot of other bands out there. I'm not going to say we're better, but I know that we try really hard. We put on a good show. We're always there. We're always rocking.
Once I believed I could be somebody, nothing would stand in my way. I was gonna rule the world, and all of you would help me. But then I got hit, and then I got tripped, and then I got wise to my ways. Got high, and then I got down. But now how I long for those days. And who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me this time? Who's gonna stop me? Are you gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me now?
We're seeing the Delilahs tonight.
They're great. Delilahs.
Great band.
That's why we're here.
Favorite.
They're a lot of fun in concert. Good live band. Yeah.
They're pretty crazy.
A lot of fun. They were wearing dresses when we saw them the first time.
They get the crowd into it, you
And
know.
they all dress the same.
You know, when you do something that's like so subjective, like music or whatever, it's weird to expect anyone to like anything.
Sincerity is just something that strikes you. And you know the instant you hear a band, are they sincere? Are they coming from the heart? And the instant I heard the Delilahs on the Minneapolis Does Denver tribute, I said, this is a band I love. Not like, but love, because they struck me as being sincere.
Don't remember me. It beats the hell out of me. That I'm feeling just the way I like to.
The individuals in the band may have dreams or may have desires for success here or there to varying degrees. But most of what they're interested in doing is about just creating the music and creating a relationship with their audience.
I can see you feeling you're in danger. I can feel you running for your life.
So it's just part of our endeavor to keep the focus more on being a band and being artists and being musicians and trying to get as good as possible.
To see the part of me that was a stranger. And you know you don't want to see him twice. And what do you care about me?
We don't really look at ourselves as struggling artists. We look at ourselves on a career path.
It beats the hell out of me. And I'm feeling just the way I like to.
I think that we don't mind living or dying by the music.
Oh, Delilah, 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 Delilah.
Thanks.
What happened was we had decided that we were going to do an elaboration on a bi-weekly column that I edit called Continental Drift, which takes unsigned bands that we feel are ready for the big time that the major labels should hear about. And so what we did was we looked at all the bands that had been featured in that in the 2 years, and then I also took about 150 tapes or CDs that I had that had just been sent to me that I hadn't listened to yet. And I just started listening, and they were one of the best ones that I heard.
This piece that Melinda Newman wrote in Billboard magazine, it was about the best unsigned band, and we heard a lot of bands. And the Delilahs stood out to me immediately. I mean, they grabbed me right immediately. And one of the reasons that I was attracted to it is because one thing I really liked is a sense of humor that runs all through it, that I really liked a lot. And I also really liked the fact that the lyrics are very good.
I was late. I overslept. Come on! Now it's just a waiting game. 2 tanks. This means we can drive all the way to NY City without stopping.
What about your bags?
Suitcases. Yeah, good thing I got up at 7. That's Aaron. Learn to look, boys, in a smile. Go, Thomas. Go, Thomas. I'm just kind of feeling insulted.
I love you so much, man.
Okay, get up, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm getting it on film. Yes. Aaron, you look uncomfortable. You look unhappy.
I've never been happier.
Welcome to New Jersey.
Walking to Tower Records. Just take a digger roll.
It feels great. Biggest city in the world, best place to be, and one of the great clubs. Yeah, I'm totally ready. A little food, a little pizza. I'll be all right.
Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me this time?
I thought they were great. I thought they had a lot of energy. They have that appeal of like a garage band that I think a lot of people are into nowadays. It's raw, it's rugged, it's real good.
They were great. I think Beavis and Butthead would love them. They really would. I mean, they had a lot of personality and a lot of spunk, and that's what a band's all about. That's what makes a great band.
So you want to know what I thought?
Yeah.
I thought this band was so good, the Delilahs specifically. I thought these bands were so good. I want to try and have them back here as soon as I can. As soon as they're available to come back in here, that's how fast I want them back. This is a band that's going to happen.
It's exciting that our plan is kind of working to the point of that sort of thing happening, you know. We stick to our guns, we do what we believe in, we don't do what we don't want to do or what we don't think is right for us to do. And it's good to see some positive stuff come back from that once in a while instead of just wondering if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. It's been great, but you never expect like things to go so well and to still have it be so hard. You know, it takes a lot out of you, kind of.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
It gives you a lot too, but it's very sporadically.
It doesn't
you
get
know.
any easier. None of it's gotten any easier. And we still have so many places to play and so much more road time to put in, and we got to get better on our instruments. The whole deal. You know, and I even back then, after that hour, I thought, you know, nobody should sign us now. You know, we're just not ready.
being a musician, the song is probably what attracts me to birds the most. And I get cardinals, pretty common, woodpeckers and things like that. In fact, there's a falcon in the backyard, too. And that's an interesting predator. That's an interesting predator. It's called an American kestrel. And it takes care of a lot of rodents and sparrows. In fact, it's called the sparrowhawk. So it's a good predator, you know? Like human beings, predators, crazy people.
And my love for you is no game to me. Come on over, honey, and then you'll see what we got going on. We just can't deny. Come on over, love, again, my lover, try now. But don't you know, oh, I never want to do without your love.
The local music scene is, I would have to say it's fairly stunted. There's a lot of stuff going on that thwarts the efforts of creative musicians and unique artists. Not that I'm self-grandizing myself, you know, as far as like I'm this unique whatever, but I think I'm trying to bridge a lot of gaps.
Neither of us could know we would be meeting. I never knew a love would ever bring me such joy, no.
Like I say, I don't want the fame. I don't want the stardom. I'd rather give the fame to God. You know, I think he deserves it, and not me.
Come on over, love, and give my love a try. Oh, now, don't you know, oh, I never want to do without your love, your love, your love, your love, love. No, well, don't you know, don't you know, don't you know I never want to do without your love. Ooh, we can't deny, just cannot deny.
How's that? When I get together with my quote-unquote cronies and we get together just to jam, it's gonna be a lot like that tonight.
Because we usually do this a lot at my house. We just kind of hang out, B&Bs, you know, little beer, a little bong every once in a while. Well, you know, advertise it every once in a while, you dig. But right now we're going to do a message song for you. It's a song that I wrote about 10, 12 years ago, and it has a lot of personal importance for me. Because my opinion about it is that we are one global family. We are all world citizens. We are responsible for all each other, you know, and responsible for upholding things that are right, things that are beautiful, like love. This is World Citizen. 2, 3, 4. Underneath the moon and stars, everything feels so right, and my mind starts to wonder why. Far beyond time, yeah, far beyond space. Now, and my begins to melt with all human rights. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
It's one of my goals to not only kind of redefine what reggae music is. In a lot of ways, I would like to see reggae perceived as being a little more contemporary and hip. And I think there's other groups that are doing that, but I don't want to redo Bob Marley's deal, because Brother Bob was one of the greats, but I don't write like him. I don't think I sound like him. And I think it's important to keep that, that uniqueness going.
Walking all by myself underneath the shining sun. The vision's clear, and I see the work that must be done. One love commanding, one understanding, that we all share just one destiny. I'm a world citizen.
I was raised without a spiritual background, and when I was young, I started trying to understand why we are here, what we're here for, and then I found out about God, and I started reading the Bible a little bit, and at the same time, coinciding, I was listening to some very funky music, Motown, Earth, Wind & Fire, Stevie Wonder, along with hard rock and all other types of influences as well.
I'm a world citizen, yeah, God was the king, all the world's people in unity.
One day, I heard a Bob Marley song, Waiting in Vain, and it not only blew my mind, but it changed my life. And then I had the opportunity to see Brother Bob in concert. I think that was '77, down here in Minneapolis. And it was like going to church. It was like going to church, man. I saw all kind of walk of life. I saw people in tuxedos. I saw deadheads. I saw herb burners. I saw alcohol drinkers, man. I saw it all. And it was all in this one room, listening to this one man with this snake-like hair. And it was a trip. It was beautiful. And that changed my life.
Someday we're gonna sing the same song together, young and old.
I look at, in the 90s, we're given some of the poorest role models in the world as far as our priests and our politicians. And I think that when one looks at Rastafarianism, one has to look at their own spirituality and what that means. And I think that basically, Rastafarianism to me means the worship of God and serving God. I just happen to call my God Haile Selassie.
'Cause if we bad along once in this soul, then there wouldn't be any love, anything but love. Oh, no, 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 what we do today will change the way. Tomorrow comes around and goes around. Someday, someday, oh yeah.
This is, my dreadlocks have been growing for 8 years now. I celebrate in March. My anniversary is in March. But I haven't had a haircut in 15 or more years. I threw that scissor thing away a long time ago. A long time ago.
You know, being a musician is a real tough deal. It takes a lot of work and a lot of commitment. And I'm just very grateful for Stevie to have stuck with me for so long. Send the love. Listen, children. Listen, children. I look at the world that we live in. I look all around. I seem to see so much trouble, but it's not all that I found. Oh no.
I call people Aya, and people call me that too, but Aya means brethren or brother in Jamaican patois. And I adopted it because it felt right. It was like, it was a very natural thing to call myself and other people.
And we can't let it slip away, so I say it. So I say it. I say it. Oh yeah.
So I don't look at color as being even a fundamental concept. And I don't look at music as being needing to be orthodox in any one way or the other, because I think music is a progressive thing, and I think music is for people. It's not just for, it's just like the Bible says, you're not supposed to preach to the saved.
Send the love, 'cause I know you care. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate that. Yeah, who let my mother in here anyway, huh?
Hi, honey, I'm home. What's up, y'all? How'd it go? How'd it work? I don't know. I can't hear shit up there. Except a lot of annoying percussion players. Crazy stuff. Well, what do you think, man? Sister friend. Hey, you can't read?
It says no musicians back here. Thank you, honey.
Great.
Appreciate it. Thank you, doll.
Yeah, you sounded good.
No, thanks.
Good.
I know you're tone deaf, but I love you.
I know, I am tone deaf.
Janie, thank you.
Congratulations. You were fabulous.
Thank you. I'm thinking of becoming a doctor, so.
I think we should do this more often.
Well, you know, as long as they're forking over the big bucks, $25 to split, I'm there. I am all over that.
You love to perform. You're good at it.
I do love to perform.
And you got to get the word out.
You mean the shtick? Send the shtick already. Send a little shtick.
Wait a minute, wait, this is actually pertinent. What's
Nice
going
show.
on there?
Thanks, man.
That was a show.
An opportunity.
This is
It's an
really something
opportunity.
you guys got to repeat more.
Well, we're gonna start to do some stuff. Actually, you know, it's like I was explaining up on stage, man. It's a tough gig for musicians to break out with original music. That, you know, it's like I think that we mix up music quite a bit. It's definitely not straight up reggae. So can I kick my feet up and be a little princess for a while?
Please. The living room jam sessions are where the real magic happens.
Yeah, I thought we did pretty good, you know, getting some magical stuff up there. I thought it went pretty well. I think that, you know, it's like it's hard for me to do what I do and play the guitar at the same time, because you know, a lot of the rhythms and stuff are really hard to play, and sing the intricate things that I like to do. I thought it went pretty well. Who is this guy?
It's alright to do. My heart cries to. Open your eyes, don't be afraid of a brand new snow on one summer day. Open your arms and take me in, and after one touch, all your love and me in, and that is alright to do. My heart cries to. It's alright to do. My heart cries to. If you would open your ears to the sound of my tears, we could work it all out. Open your heart and let it out. Don't be afraid to let it out. It's alright to do.
This is the Women's Club of Minneapolis.
No, we have to wait around a bunch of rich old ladies.
Yeah, actually, they have more money than they can shower with.
We just do this for fun.
Yeah, this is
Only
just
for fun.
This
Only
is
for fun.
extracurricular.
We don't like to look like we're too big a rock stars, so we keep a side job going, you know.
Yeah, but unless, and then what we do though is we just wear our sunglasses when we're working, and then it's fine.
No, it's just that music is more of my life and what I really want to make work, and this is where I come to get, you know, paid.
Well, we do get, you know, free kosher hot dogs every other week.
Yeah?
Cookouts.
No, it's rewarding to be with the kids. You get a lot of energy from the kids.
They say that the funniest things. One of my kids one day asked me, he said,
Eric, what would happen if you put the whole world in your shirt?
and I said, I don't know, Sam, what would happen if you put the whole world in your shirt?
Then you could tell everybody to shut up and they'd all hear you.
Just things like that. I mean, that's true.
I know it would be a shame, and I don't want to be your martyr.
What are they doing? They're making didgeridoos.
Didgeridoos.
What are they doing? It's an instrument from Australia. It's made out of a log, but in our case, it's made out of PVC piping.
Yes.
But what they do is you produce a kind of a silly sound, and the kids really enjoy that.
It sounds like.
It sounds like
a fart.
It sounds like flatulence. Yeah, but they love that.
Crazy.
He takes them out to the middle of the lake and on hot days, and he throws them off the pontoon and lets them swim back.
We let them jump on their own.
But for fun, sometimes we'll throw them.
The kids are great. The kids are a lot like musicians in that they don't.
That they never grew up?
They never grew up. They do stuff without thinking of the consequences. They goof around a lot. They have fun.
Europa, Europa.
Say what's on their
One
mind.
kid said the other day, he said,
Teacher, can I put my lunch in my butt?
and I said, go ahead, but I don't know how it's gonna taste.
It was a long ride to get me here, but I
gotta go. I love that. We live together also, so we go home and we write tunes.
Yeah.
That's what we've been doing for the last month, is just writing new
We're
material.
gonna start recording our next record next week.
We just wrote 16 new songs.
16 new
going down. Yep.
Sometimes I stay up all night. Sometimes devils come to haunt me. Nighttime things are twice as bad. You're the one to pour my coffee.
We've written a lot of songs since we all moved in together. I think it's just one of those things where, you know, too much maybe is too much, but sometimes when you've got the right combination of something going and it's working, we just go with it. As far as living together or practicing a lot or, you know, working together, it just works, so we go with it. It's kind of our policy. If something's working, stick with it. If it sucks, get rid of it.
Music's supposed to be fun, and if you're not having fun, then you're not in the right business, because it's art, but it's fun, you know. And any artist, I mean, you know, Van Gogh, he sold 2 paintings for $10 while he was alive, and now you can't, you know, it's true. And then he died, and now it's worth, you know.
We kind of hope that doesn't happen.
We hope that doesn't happen to us.
2 CDs for $10.
Yeah. We take the band very seriously, though. We don't goof around when we're rehearsing and stuff.
No.
We're serious about music.
We know when
just
to be
like have
serious.
fun.
When we're in here, we're serious.
Yeah.
But when we're out there, you know, in front of people and having a good time,
We
then
just
we're-
want to have fun,
then we're
though.
not.
And if we ever get into any kind of an argument, we always solve it right then and there. We don't leave with, you know, a bad feeling.
Or a black eye.
Or a black eye.
Are you dusting?
Just a
I
little
just
dream.
want to be able to live and not have to worry about dealing with stuff and be able to just play music and record music and be a musician.
When I close my eyes, I see the dresses and the gown, the paper dolls and the Barbie dolls, and the bows that tied me down. Then I see my face looking down at my shiny shoes. It took me to a place where they gave me pink instead of blue. I press my face against the glass that can't save. Wanting to throw sticks and stones and break the bones that God had gave me. I won't move without moving at all. I will be Does it feel real? Does it feel real?
My fondest memories of being young, and my mom, she loves to cook too, and just having all the windows open and having her blast her latest album that she loved, you know, that made her either, as my sister Laura puts it, either cry or dance. That's what my mom listened to, so it didn't matter. And just, I think that was, if I could, you know, to me, that would be an incredible thing to be able to move someone like, you know, music did my mom and everyone in our house.
I see the way I'm supposed to be in the magazine. Cover me up with your makeup and such. I'll get married, be a beauty queen. I've been told that you get what you deserve when you're having fun. No means yes when you blend that twin. Gonna get it if you turn them on. I press my face against this glass that keeps me safe from those wanted to throw the sticks and stones or break the bones that God had gave me. I will speak without speaking.
very blessed and fortunate in my life to be able to have this. I have a great job.
Does it feel real? Does it feel real?
The big P word, just persistence. You just got to be persistent, and I think that I think it all depends on the type of band that you are. I think that we fell through the cracks in so many different types of genres of music that our only hope was to really have a grassroots following and not get too tripped up on the big brass ring, the ultimate goal. Just accomplish your small-time goals, get, a big mailing list and get a big following. I don't know how. I mean, people just start talking in the industry. They just start talking. That's the beauty. And people think that they don't know. They do seem so distant, in their ivory towers and their big, corporate things. But I think that they eventually find out. If you're good enough and if you're persistent enough, they find out. I don't know how, but they do.
I think it's important for people to know that we get a lot of tapes here, and very rarely do people get signed on an unsolicited tape. And sometimes it kind of breaks my heart when I think about how much time and effort went into all of these tapes, and they're done under circumstances that aren't the best circumstances, and they usually don't really represent what the band is doing. So I think the very best thing they can do is go out and make a name for themselves, develop a following, and we'll hear about it. You'll come and tell us. One of our regional guys will come and tell us. Somebody will tell us that there's a band and, and something's going on with it. And I think that's much more valuable to me. I trust that much more than, yet another tape on my desk.
Right. My idea was just to conquer every city, just to sort of build a big audience from every city. I have this big map in our office, and we put like pins in it of the major cities that we wanted to go.
So I sit there and I spend my time finding them new gigs, pushing them out of the region. You can see most of our touring is within the Midwest. We've been trying to spread it out here, down south more. It's extremely scattered. And what's really hard for me as well, since I'm not a booking agent, I've never been to half these places, so I have to call and ask and find out which is a good place to play, and I make mistakes 50% of the time. I'll end up putting the band in a horrible room, and then they'll be all upset, and it's just like, I don't do this I don't know. So it's not all roses.
All right. This next song is from our new album called Salvation. And it's our very first brand spanking new single from Elektra Records. And so March 18th, call up your favorite DJ, and you just call up and you request a little song by T and the B-side movement called Run to Stay. Feel all my thoughts, things I've heard.
nothing's really changed at all. We're just working harder, and we still are in the van. And we don't have a tour bus or anything. Right now, the single needs to actually make it on the charts before anybody, any agency is going to look at us and want to invest in us in any way. So we're still basically nobody.
Breaking news in Minneapolis, there's been another murder.
It looks like we have homicide number 83 here tonight. The frustrating thing for neighbors that you see who have gathered over here is they're wondering who it is. They're throwing out names. Is it so-and-so or is it so-and-so? Really good people that they know, and right now they have no idea who the dead man is who's still inside.
And tonight we have learned that the latest Minneapolis murder took away more than a life.
Yeah, it took away a world of music.
To the friends and neighbors who gather outside, he's Eric Heim, also known as Aya.
He breathed his last breath with his head in my hands.
The most ironic thing I can think of, that someone whose whole embodiment as a human being had to do with peace and love, you know, who met a violent end such as this.
Early last night, Eric Heim was shot dead in his South Minneapolis apartment. He was with 4 friends when 2 gunmen with ski masks kicked in the door, ignored the others, and went directly to Heim.
We've all been robbed of a really gentle, loving, positive force.
And the music is going in a positive way, but you know, bad always go with good. And as they say, it seems to the good always die young.
Let's remember him for the beautiful, loving person that he was, and not let his memory or his music die.
The name Aya is brother, and Eric was our brother to all of us. He loved like we all wish we could love each other.
Just have a moment of silence and say a prayer for Eric. Just up in a baby. Amen. Singing to your brothers. Amen. 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 Can we sing it? Amen. Go on to higher ground.
Don't say that it was meant to be and that it was his time, because I can't accept that. I think it was a shock to everybody in the family, because we really felt that he had a lot more to offer. And I think he, like somebody in the paper said, we were all robbed.
I've lost a child. I've gained an impression, and I've gained an experience through his many to this outpouring of affection for him that I could never have believed.
I think I'm still in disbelief. When I watch him on video, he's so alive and full of energy. I just can't believe he's gone. But then every once in a while, I realize it, especially when I listen to his CD. That's when it hurts, because I know he's not going to make any more music.
And the last day that we spent together, we met at the Nature Company in the Conservatory building across the street from the Daytons. And he loved the nature company. He loved the stones. He loved all the natural things. He loved going through all those things. And we did that. It was the first thing we did. I met him there. We hugged by the bells. I shouldn't have mentioned that. It's okay.
I was very proud of him and for what his dream was, and I wanted him to fulfill that dream.
A little stronger. Amen. Even if it takes a little longer. Amen. We've got to keep it together. Amen. 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 You say
Well, tonight's buzz is an exclusive report, and Robin's got it. Ooh, I can't wait. What's the buzz?
Well, it's music industry, and a lot of people are going to be surprised to hear this one.
Always big news here.
Well, they were named one of the top unsigned bands in the country by Billboard magazine. So it was no surprise when the Delilahs landed a major record deal with Zoo Entertainment. With the deal so close, the Delilahs have decided to change 2 of its band members, whom we can't say. But the net result of all this is there's no record deal for the Delilahs, and the band's future is very uncertain.
Came home from work, and my wife was like, oh, there's a message from Wally. Him and Thomas are over at Tim's. They say it's really important. You got to call them right away. They have to talk to you. And I was like, oh, they're quitting. And no one had ever talked about quitting, but I just went, uh-oh.
Right now, with me and the Delilahs, I've left the band.
It pisses me off, you know?
2 big goals were to make a CD, you know, make a record or 2, and to play First Avenue. That's what I wanted to do for a long time, and I did it.
I can't even believe it, you know, and still, when I think about it, I'm like, what are they fucking thinking? What's wrong with them?
And everything after that just kind of seemed either like gravy or slightly meaningless.
I'd left like some message on his answering machine, like, you fucking piece of shit, you're my fucking enemy for the rest of my fucking life, you know? And then I called him up to kind of apologize for that.
And I don't want it to be a job, and I don't want it to be hanging around my neck, and I don't want it to hurt me, and I don't want it to ruin any part of my life, which it could. It could, you know, really come between me and me being there for my family. It, you know, just the way music is, where you are in a van for a long time and then you go to a bar. And I'm not a guy who can, I'm a weak guy at some points, and I don't want to get into trouble.
The guy that said that is the same guy who, you know, 6 weeks ago was saying, this is what I fucking live for, you know, this is what I want to do, travel and make music, man. This is what I was born to do, you know. And now he's like, oh, I've been talking to my parents and blah, 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 and I think I've been drinking too much on the road.
Well, we were looking at a record label, signing a deal, and that meant going out on the road at least twice as much as we had, probably 3 times as much. And if that's something I didn't want to do at the level we were doing it at, I certainly couldn't do it at a greater level, and I couldn't, you know, sign a contract and say, yeah, yay, I'm along with you, when I wasn't and didn't want to. The only thing that is bringing me down is the feeling that I may have bailed out on some friends, and that kind of hurts. And I don't know, yeah, that kind of makes me feel bad.
I believe this is what Wally wanted to do, and he did it well. And he was a big help to our band and a good friend to all of us.
I'm really happy with my decision. I'm happy with the prospects for moving on with my life. I've got other goals and other things I want to do, and I feel really good about it.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me for them. And it just seems to me like they're shooting themselves, because I know we're going to get set back a little bit here, but I know we're going to succeed, you know. But maybe not, we won't sign that contract, you know, this month like we were going to. It may have to be 6 months from now, maybe even 12 months from now.
Jim showed up at my house with Tom Scott, and he said, and they both looked really intense, and they sat down upstairs in my room, and Jim said, we've come to ask you to not be in the band.
Obviously, he's shocked about it, you know. So he didn't see it coming.
We all decided that Ken was
a little bit too strong-minded and a little bit too assertive to allow other people in the group to blossom into their own.
And he feels that they're not expressing their creativity because of my intimidation.
People were ducking and covering and running away or finding a way to not get involved because Ken was so involved.
I'm not terribly graceful sometimes in the way that I want to make sure that everyone knows what my idea is before the conversation's over.
What he really wanted was for everybody to be as involved as he was, but I don't think that's ever going to be possible with someone who's as strong as he is.
And he feels like if I'm out of the loop that people are going to be able to be more creative.
There are too many differences in our personalities and our aspirations and ambitions for them to really work alongside one another anymore.
Jim really did give them an ultimatum, which was that it's him or me, that's it.
There is baggage there, definitely, for me personally, and I can't deny that.
It's humiliating. It makes you question everything that you've done, and am I this evil bastard?
Well, that day was a very stressful day. It was very stressful leading up to this because both Spice and I have a long history with Ken.
I really care about maintaining my relationship with him, and that's like the foremost thing in here, you know? He's married to my twin sister.
For my brother-in-law, Spice, it's a really tough one because he's going to be in an awkward situation.
Great things have always happened for Ken, you know? I mean, that's only going to continue.
It's strange because everyone I talk to, including people like Tom and Jim, have said, you know, dude, you're a really talented guy. There's so many avenues that are open to you because you have all this wide area of interest and everybody knows you're good at these things and these things. And it's just, I could give a shit at this point. You know, I got good at those things not so that when I got fired by the small business I put together, I could go off and quickly get into film or audio or video or performance or whatever I want to do. I did this stuff so that I could be a talented person and work with these people who I consider to be of equal talent.
The only way I could be involved in something this heavy was to truly know in my heart that it was the right thing.
This is a huge event in my life. This is 3 years of everything I've worked towards, and it was taken away from me.
It's like a relationship, you know? It's too late, baby, it's too late. Something inside has died, and I gotta move on.
Guilty. That's the verdict of a Hennepin County jury tonight in the murder of a popular Twin Cities reggae singer. Eric Heim, who performed under the name Aya, was gunned down in October of 1995 by Randy Lynch. Lynch and another man went to Heim's home to rob him, but police say it went bad.
Even the people that were there when it happened don't really understand what happened or why, and I'm not sure we ever will.
The verdict was guilty as charged, first-degree murder, life imprisonment, and he deserves every second of it.
I knew he was guilty, and now we know for sure.
I thought it would go the other way. I thought that cheap dramatics would sell, and I'm so relieved that it didn't sell. I'm so relieved. I can't believe it. It's wonderful that the truth actually won out.
For me to sing is to be, is what makes me whole. And if I feel out of click with my voice, it's not right for me, I guess. Back in October, I was experiencing some vocal problems just due to we'd been on the road and working so much for so long, and then found out that I had a node that was on my vocal cord, and so I could either rest for 6 months or something, or else just get it taken care of, snip it off, and only rest for 6 weeks. So I opted for the operation very, I mean, I did it. I was petrified, obviously, but it was cool. I mean, the guy that did it, actually, my doctor was Dr. Joseph Sugarman, who's Danny Sugarman's brother, who's the manager of the Doors. So I thought, okay, it'll be all right. You know, I felt like that was a good sign. So, and Don Henley was in the waiting room when I woke up. It was pretty fun. Thought I was in a dream or something. It was really weird, but it was pretty cool. And so I mean, I did it out in L.A., and it was scary. It was difficult not talking for a long time, but now I'm speaking and singing again. And right now we're doing pre-production work for our follow-up album that tentatively right now it's going to be scheduled to be released in January, I think. And I'm working with John Fields for the first time, and he's producing and just going for something completely just different for the sake of creativity, rather than going after the next big hit.
Lost in time, I lost my rhyme. Lost in time, I lost my rhyme. Lost in time, I lost my rhyme.
Well, we've been together for 3 years now, and we're right about to put out our first record. We're very excited. It sounds great, and everyone's gonna love it, and everyone's gonna buy it. We hope. The next step is promoting the heck out of the record and trying to get it into the people's ears, trying to get people to either say, we love you, we kind of love you, or we don't love you, you know, and that's our next step now, is to get some radio promotion going, get on the road, and try to make it happen for this first record.
Well, I hope we continue to keep making albums, because it's a heck of a lot of fun, especially if they get received well. And so far, we've been getting some good reception from this release, and that makes me happy. So as long as things like that keep happening, I'll be doing it.
The future for the Found lies on the road. Sleeping in motels to make this place look like a mansion when we come back.
That's right. I love the road. I was an old road dog when I was a teenager, and I love living out of a suitcase and living in a cheap motel, and I like
being with cheap women.
When I was on the road, I used to have to carry a medicine jar full of dead flies because I was so broke, and I'd go into a Perkins at like 2 in the morning, and I'd eat the whole meal. I'd order a lot of food, and then I'd plant the fly in there after like the last 2 bites, and I'd complain that there's a fly in my food. Of course, I always got it for free.
I look inside my head, I see a little dread in the future. You got to let it ride, 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 let it ride, let it ride, 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 let it ride.
We just need 500,000 albums to sell, and we'll go gold, and then I can actually just go to my grave.
I think that what we want to be able to do is so that when we die, we have enough money where they can freeze us and send us out to space.
We want to get signed. That's what we really want to do now, is take this record and get someone interested and give us a bunch of money to make another record.
You got to have luck and a great lawyer and a booking agent, and there's just too many variables. So I would say to anybody who wants to get into this rock business, do not get into this business if you want to succeed. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right for me. Down and keep me moving, keep me grooving with some energy. Talk about it, moving. Got to move on. You know I gotta move on.
at the Funkytown. Check it out now, I can get high with some help from my friends. Funkytown. Won't you take me to Funkytown? Won't you take me to Funkytown? Won't you take me to Funkytown? Yeah. Won't you take me down to Funkytown? Won't you take me? Won't you take me down to Funkytown? Take me. Won't you take me down to Funkytown? Take me. Won't you take me to Funkytown? Take me. Won't you take me? Take me to Funkytown. Won't you take me to Funkytown? Won't you take me to Funkytown? Won't you take me to Funkytown? Won't you take me to trouble, but it's not a lot I found. No, no. I look for a reason, I look for a rhyme. In this here season, well, this place and time, yeah. Yes, we should have changed where we're going sooner than today. But tomorrow's where we're going now, and we can't let it slip away. So I say yeah. So I say yeah.